Chill out rec. Chill out records.
What's going on? Me and my niggas spit it G, we killing beats. That's murder. On my way I met her sister and she told me I'm the lost brother. Then she said to me, you gotta change. I told her I ain't got no lose money. She laughed and said, brother, you is fucking funny. I keep time like a timekeeper. I keep my goals, I'm a goalkeeper. I keep my 3D glasses on whenever I'm with a stripper. Just bought me a bad bitch with no money but the way I talk. She ate her own words on the dining table without a fork. Go to the moon, bitch, since you said you need space. All I wanna do now is count money, not days. I'm too broke to pay attention and I don't wanna take a loan. Rest in peace, Lewis Manel, it's hard to accept you're fucking gone. Niggas hating on me, can't remember what I did to them. But guess what, I stand tall, I'm not afraid like Eminem. You pussy niggas, you pussing out. If I was you, I'd shut my head. We all know that bitch lying, and guess where? On my bed, I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best, that's for you to decide. I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best, that's for you to decide.
Yeah, you know who's on the mic right now. This music comes to me when I'm stressed. I don't know if that's a curse or am I blessed. Now that I'm back in school and it feels awkward, so I leave thy rest to God and let him decide where my fate might rest. Most of y'all think I'm Indian, that's the right guess. Ask me if I still skate, I say I might sesh. The day the skaters ditched me, it was hard to digest. Becoming an outcast, yeah, that moment was priceless. I don't need no outside help, I can stand on my own feet. Distraction one might expect from a person who has a bitch life. I call her my highness, kissing her ass all day and buying her a nice dress. Now let me tell you the tale of the struggle to get back in this game. Glad to be in pain, nobody wanted to cover me when I would stand in the rain. I was damaged again, I was left no choice but bad it became. No one told me that I sounded whack, they all told me that my music's good, yeah, and that my track was insane.
I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best, that's for you to decide. I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best, that's for you to decide.
What's up, my people? It is 1 o'clock here in the UK and 3 o'clock, I'm pretty sure, in the 254. Today we represented 254, man. Kenyan Inside is the name of the track, and man, it was a crazy one. Kassy came onto this track, not came on. What am I saying? It's Sunday. Give me a break. He heard the beat and then he was like, "Yo, I gotta get onto this track." And we just did it in like one session because he heard the beat. Because this is what the beat sounded like. Let me play the beat. Very chilled out, like a weird guitar-y type of a. I don't know where I got this guitar instrument from, and I was like, maybe I can make a beat out of this. And so I made this, and then I added some strings towards the chorus section. I really like the way it came out in the chorus. Yeah, see, I put that chorusy, stringy type of thing going on there. It really came out well. I really liked it. It was a catchy beat. And so, yeah, this was the beat that I was working on. And then this Kassy showed up to the studio. And he's like, dude, I already have something written down for this. I told you how I do my sessions, my studio sessions. It's like I work on the beat. An artist comes in. And then they hear the beat. And if they have material that they've already written, which is 99% of the time true. Because what these people do is like, they go home, they write their content, regardless of what beat I'm going to work on. And then they'll show up at the studio, and then they'll hear a beat, and they'll try and match up their content to the beat. And so that's what exactly had happened, because he had already written this a couple of weeks ago. And so when he showed up at the studio, he's like, yo, bro, this sounds fucking amazing. So they're like, yeah, fine. Get onto the microphone.
and just record. Let's see how it sounds. And so he started rapping. He started, this. So this is his lyrics. Let me share my screen 1 second here. Yeah, there you go. This is actually these lyrics I typed them up because he was too lazy to even type them up. He had written them down on paper, so I typed it up anyway. But I didn't do that for the rest of the other people. Oh, thank you so much, Con 412. By the way, you need to change your username, man. Just have it like Sab or something, Sabrina, isn't it? And thank you so much for checking out the channel. I really do appreciate it. So what was I talking about? Yes, I was talking about the. I was talking about. So he came into the studio. He started working on. He started recording to the beat, and it just sounded pretty cool. I liked his punchlines. He had some crazy, funny punchlines. So let's play his verse.
What's going on? Me and my nigga spit it G, we killing beats. That's murder. On my way I met her sister and she told me I'm the lost brother. Then she said to me, you gotta change. I told her I ain't got no lose money.
Okay, before you carry on. So his influence was Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne's style of freestyling, or rapping rather, was just punchlines and metaphors. So you don't take his lyrics very literally. It's just punchlines and metaphors. That was his style of rapping, and so that's who influenced him to write, and so that's how he writes now. So that's Kassy in a nutshell.
She laughed and said, brother, you is fucking funny. I keep time like a timekeeper. I keep my goals, I'm a goalkeeper. I keep my 3D glasses on whenever I'm with a stripper. Just bought me a bad bitch with no money but the way I talk. She ate her own words on the dining table without a fork. Go to the moon, bitch, since you said you need space. All I wanna do now is count money. Not days, I'm too broke to pay attention, and I don't wanna take a loan. Rest in peace, Lewis Manel. It's hard to accept you're fucking gone. Niggas hating on me, can't remember what I did.
I think Lewis Marnell was a skater, and I think he was really following him pretty close, and so it was kind of sad, I think, at that time when he passed on. So yeah, that was a good shout out. I like that.
To them, but guess what? I stand tall. I'm not afraid like Eminem. You pussy niggas, you.
So when he says I'm not afraid like Eminem, Eminem released a song saying I'm not afraid. You guys should check it out. It's a pretty cool song. So that was, man, like the way he integrates like all these different artists and relevant things that's happening at that time was really pretty cool. I like that about his way of rapping.
Out. If I was you, I'd shut my head. We all know that bitch lying, and guess where? On my bed, I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best. That's for you to decide.
I think the chorus is just what the chorus means. Basically, is it doesn't matter where you go, out of where you were born and where you've lived all your life. You will always remember home. You'll always want to go back home and be with family and friends. So it doesn't matter where you travel in the world. You could even be going to space, but then you remember, oh, right, this is where I was born. This is where I was brought up. My childhood memories are there. So I'll always tend to want to go back and relive those memories because I guess it's just in human nature, isn't it? You always want to go back to the place that gave you the most happiness, isn't it? And the most happiness always comes in when you're a kid and when you're with your family and basically that's how I kind of think about it. So yeah.
I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan inside. Can't tell if I'm the best. That's for you to decide.
Yeah. You know who's on the mic right now. This music comes to me when I'm stressed. I don't know if that's a curse or am I blessed. Now that I'm back in school and it feels awkward, so I leave.
So yeah, obviously the music does come to me when I'm stressed. So it was just a way of me saying that yes, you're stressed out. Things are happening. You've got bills to pay. You've got things to do. What better way to spend that time rather than doing drugs or going out and hooking up or doing something stupid that will get you in prison or whatever than to just write down your stress and put it down on paper, or rather type it up. And so this is what I used to do every time I went through something that really stressed me out, you know? So that's what I did.
I rest to God and let him decide where my fate might rest. Most of y'all think
Yeah, that other line I was talking about, yeah, now that I'm going back to school and because I kind of joined university pretty late. I got into work after high school, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do at that time, and I took over my dad's job. And then after some time, I realized, okay, maybe I need to go back into campus and uni and study something. And so I went back, and that's what I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it to God. Let Him decide where my fate might rest. At that point, I'll just be like, you know best. So I'm gonna do this thing because I feel like I feel like this is what's right. And who knows? Maybe I might get a job in this field, and I might not. And I feel so grateful and like blessed. Like things kind of like worked out after that. So. But at that point, I had no idea, and a lot of people go into campus like this. They feel like, will I get a job after I graduate? Will I be able to pursue this career? I've when I was in campus at that time and I was seeing other my classmates, some of them dropped out in the fourth year or the third year. Imagine 3 years and then you drop out. You're like, I can't do this anymore. You know. So it's tough. It's a tough journey. It's a hard pill to swallow, but I was like, I gotta try. If I don't try, I'm gonna regret it, for the rest of my life. That I was younger. I should have tried it, you know. And I think at that time I had the opportunity because I'd saved up some money, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna put myself through university. Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm Indian, that's the right guess. Where my fate might rest. Most of y'all think I'm Indian, that's the right guess.
Yeah, the other line I said, most of y'all think I'm Indian, that's what I guess. The reason why I put this line here, and I have to say this it's like in Kenya. I don't know why people are like this. You get out of Kenya and visit London, for instance. People don't give a shit about your ethnicity. People don't give a shit about your race. Nothing, right? You're treated like equals. Racism is still there, but it's kind of like monitored or suppressed here in the first world as compared to Kenya. But in Kenya, people are just shameless. Oh, so are you Indian? Where are you from? Which country are you from? It's like, Indian, bitch. I've never gone to India. My parents even haven't gone to India. I've never seen India. So what are you talking about, Indian? Anyway.
Ask me if I still skate, I say I might sash. The day the skaters ditched me, it was hard to digest. Becoming an outcast, yeah, that moment was priceless.
Yeah, talking about the skaters ditched me. Yeah, okay. So I have to be honest. Yes, there was a good time. Of course, we were getting along, but you have to remember I was really broke at that time. So so a broke guy is hanging out with another group of broke people, and what happens is, if an opportunity comes to one of the people in the group, everyone starts fighting because everyone starts hating on each other. Oh, why is this person getting ahead of me? So there used to be a lot of that feud, which was so stupid when I think about it today. It's like, why the hell were we even fighting? We were fighting over such stupid stuff. There used to be a lady. She was in the States. She would bring in skateboards and skateboard parts from time to time whenever she had the chance. And I remember when she brought these things in, and because we were all broke, we couldn't really afford these things, and even if we couldn't get them in Kenya. There was no skate shops or anything like that. So this lady, she heard about it, and she's like, you know what, I'm going to donate these secondhand skateboards to you guys in Kenya. So she came over, she brought the stuff, and we went crazy. Yeah, they make fun of calling you Mwindi. What is this? Maindi? What's Maindi? I have no idea what's Maindi or Mwindi. I know what Mwindi is. I don't know what Maindi is. I need to polish up my Swahili, man. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, so I was talking about the skateboards. So this she brought in the skateboards, and what ended up happening was we started fighting over them, which was so stupid when I think about it today. It's like it was supposed to be for all of us, right? We were supposed to like share them amongst ourselves and just skate and be grateful for what we had. But I don't know what it's something about poverty that just gets your mind into this fight or flight state whereby it's like I need to get ahead. I need to get ahead of everyone around me, regardless of whether I'm friends with you or not. And it was messed up. So we got into a fight, and at that point, I stopped skating with some people. It was so stupid. And when I think about it today, it's like, what was I even fighting about, you know? So they ditched me, and then I became an outcast, and I stopped hanging out with people, and I kind of like self isolated. And I guess the moment was priceless. Yeah, it was good because it kind of made me realize that I need to stand on my own feet. I need to be independent. And I think it was good that it happened. And I have no regrets, do I?
I don't need no outside help. I can stand on my own feet. Distraction one might expect from a person who has a bitch life. I call her my highness. Kissing her ass all day and buying her a nice dress. Now let me tell you the tale.
Right. Okay. Yes. That is absolutely very true. I think there's a lot of feud between uh, Africans and Indians in Kenya, and I don't know why this is going on. One point I have to make, okay, and I'm going to take the side of Africans, and this is why I'm going to. There's only one reason why I'm going to take the side of Africans now. The thing about Indians and the Indian community, and especially not the Indians that are born in Kenya, but the Indians that are just coming in from India. Okay, I'm talking about these guys, not the ones that are born in Kenya. I'm talking about the ones that are just flying in from India and Pakistan and all these other countries. These guys are completely racist. They don't give a fuck about the rest of the society. They see other people, they see other communities. Even within the Indian community, there are like different religions. For instance, the Sikhs and the Muslims and the other ones, they don't even talk amongst themselves. They hate each other. So there's all of this segregation and discrimination within the group itself. So that's messed up, right? So that's giving a bad impression to the Africans. Now, within the Africans themselves, they also have their tribalism and all that kind of shit. We've got Kikuyus and Luos and all these other people for just fight. It's so pointless and stupid. You're all living in one country. Why can't we just get along? It doesn't make any sense. It. How were you benefiting by calling this guy? Oh, that's an Indian. I don't want to work with that guy. He's too racist. I don't know, man. It's just messed up, and I just feel like it's gonna take a long time for the world to realize that we need to look past racism. We need to look past uh, discriminating people based on their race and ethnicity and religion and all this nonsense. It's just messed up, man. It's just messed up. But only one man. I'm just one man. I can only do so much. you know? Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Khan, that you're here? Sabrina, tell me. What do you think? What do you think should happen? How do you think we're gonna solve this problem? Because I know where you're coming from. It makes sense, right? It makes sense that I know you have been discriminated. You have been told, no, you can't do certain things or you can't get access to certain features because of your race. How do you deal with it in Kenya? I think there's quite a there's a bit of a lag there. By the time you actually hear what I'm saying, and by the time that you'll actually respond. But yeah, I guess that's a question that maybe you can answer. I guess, or something that you can think about. I guess. Yes, no, maybe. Okay. All right. Let's get the final verse in.
The struggle to get back in this game, glad to be in pain. Nobody wanted to cover me when I would stand in the rain. I was damaged again, I was left no choice but bad it became. No one told me that I sounded whack, they all told me that my music's good. Yeah, and that my track was insane.
I'm always outside Kenya, but a Kenyan in
Yeah, that was another line that I was talking about. No one told me that I sounded whack. Was what I okay. So we've got a response here. So it's so hard to deal with it honestly because as much as you can try explaining to them, they still think we're not part of this country. Of course, I'm not trying to say that they're completely wrong. Yeah, but you see now that's the thing. So why are they getting the impression? So let me first of all stop saying they. There's nothing like they and them and us. There's nothing like that. I just look at it as we're Kenyans, and then we look at the rest of the world. So why are we having this dispute between the different races? Because our community people themselves make it look like that. That's kind of also true, yeah. That we're supposed to be different from them. That is also very, very true. I remember when I was younger, even my mom and some of my relatives, especially most of my relatives, wouldn't they would look at me differently if I was hanging out with African friends or even had African friends, you know? Because like I remember very clearly, like they would look at me and say, "Oh, why are you hanging out with well, let's use Peter for instance. Why are you hanging out with Peter? You should be hanging out with I don't know. I can't think of another Indian. Hussein, for instance. Yeah. Why are you hanging out with Peter? You should be hanging out with Hussein. You know. So it was just brought into into my mentality like, oh, maybe I should I'm hanging out with the wrong people, and that was messed up. And I'm pretty sure from their side they were also being told the same thing. Like their parents were telling them, why are you hanging out with this Indian dude? Fuck this guy. Don't hang out with that dude. What is he gonna teach you? Is he gonna rob you or something, or steal from you or something, or manipulate you, or something like that. So, yeah. So if this needs to stop, then it honestly has to come from our community too. Absolutely, well said. It needs to come from yourself. You need to set the example, right? You need to be more inclusive, more inviting. Stop the segregation and all that bullshit. And I think maybe they can learn. Maybe other communities, other ethnicities, or whatever can learn from the way you behave, and be the example. Exactly, absolutely, well said. The dispute is majorly between Africans and Indians. I don't see Africans and let's say whites having any race discrimination. I kind of have to disagree with that. There is still race discrimination between Africans and white people, but that discrimination is different. That discrimination is they treat the white people as better. So, for instance, like white people show up in Kenya and they're treated like royalty. Why? Why are they treated like royalty? They don't even fucking live in the country. They don't give a shit about Africans. So why are they treated like royalty? It doesn't make any sense. So that in itself is still discrimination. Why aren't they treated like equals? I had so many African friends in school, and the other Indians looked at me like, "What the hell, girl?" Yeah, yep, absolutely. It was the same thing that I was going through. I had a lot. In fact, all my friends were African, and my relatives and my family used to look at me like, it's such a fucked up mentality. Like, why would you think we're living in a country where 90% of the population are African? So what am I supposed to hang out with Indians who's like 20? What's the population? What's the percentage of Indians in Kenya? What's the percentage? In fact, let me Google this right now. Percentage of Indians in Kenya. Indians make less than 1% population of Kenya. Less than 1%. Less than 1%. All my friends are African, and my Indian parents and relatives are looking at me like, why are you hanging out with Africans? When you're in Rome, yeah, when in Rome, basically, that's it. I had so many African friends. Yes, let's be honest, my African friends were more welcoming and accepting than most of my Indian friends. Absolutely. I have a feeling. I have a feeling it has to start with us, me, and my generation, my family members, my relatives, and my community members, my own community. I'm being very honest, okay? The Muslim community. It's very difficult to get any form of assistance or like a community built like where you're helping each other out. It's very difficult. They have so many requirements and questions around everything before you can even ask for any help, right? I remember my dad was paralyzed and sick for 15 years of his life, and it's like the community didn't give a shit. So it's messed up, man. So it has to start with us. We are the new generation, right? We are the new generation of Kenyans. We need to set the example and be like, screw with racism, put racism aside. I don't give a shit about your ethnicity, your race, none of that nonsense. It's you as an individual I'm dealing with, you. And let's stop judging people based on their background. It's just messed up. So yeah, these are kind of some of the things. Thank you so much. Like yeah, these are absolutely valid points like you've made. Wow, like this is amazing stuff, man. Yeah, 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 yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Sabrina. That really makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Anyway, you haven't I haven't seen you in a while. I hope everything's good on your side. Thank you so much for checking out the channel. Our community doesn't even help anyone or each other amongst the community itself. And you think this community will even be able to mingle with the other communities or races? Absolutely. Charity begins at home. I don't know if you've heard about that. Yeah. Charity begins at home. So it's about you setting the example. Fine. The other thing is if you've been treated or you've been brought up in a community where you're told to discriminate, you've been taught to discriminate, you'll always keep discriminating. It will be very difficult for you to accept and say, no, I need to stop doing what I was taught when I was younger, and change your way of doing things. So it's difficult. I absolutely get where you're coming from. But it has to start from you. You have to set the example, you know? There was this video that I was watching about these stray dogs or stray cats, right? And this is I'm just giving an example. A stray dog or a stray cat has been tortured and beat up so many times, isn't it? For that cat or dog, in order for it to trust again, you need to give it love. You don't need to give it hate. So it's the same thing with other communities. We need to love no matter whatever they've been through. You have to also look at it like this, like, yes, Africans or other races have been discriminated by Indians or other races, but it has to start with you. If you can't win someone over with hate. You want this stray cat to love you. You need to give it some time, right? And be consistent and show it love, and then it will trust. For someone to trust another person, it's not going to be a 1 day thing. They talk about breaking trust. You can break trust in like a day, but to regain it's a lot of work. So it's the same thing with all these other different communities and races. We have to first set the example and then be consistent. It's not like today we're going to be like, yes, we're going to be loving, and then tomorrow it's like back to being racist. So that's also another thing. So absolutely, very valid points. Yes, this is a very wide subject. I guess you'll need a whole live just in reference to this subject. Yeah, absolutely. But I hope our Indians take upon themselves to bring in the change, absolutely, and not only Indians, but all other races, because it's like fine, even if we have other races, but they're less than 1%, right? And when they're there, it's like the either they expect to be treated differently because they're not African, which is in itself is also fucked up. So yeah, it's a wide subject. I think we'll definitely have a different live for that. Very valid points. Thank you so much for all the points that you've just said. That's amazing. Yeah, that was it basically. I just wanted to talk about the song. So the name of the song was Kenyan Inside. I was just expressing. So essentially, what the song was just about was, no matter where you go, you're always going to remember where you're from. Always remember your family, friends, and your community. And yeah, you might travel the world, and I'm talking from experience. Yes, you'll travel the world, but you'll always remember home. And that was basically what the song was about. I don't know what the hell Kassy was rapping about, some stupid other stuff, but but essentially that's what I wanted to say in my verse. But yeah, glad that you liked it. Really do appreciate it, and yeah, this was a good session. Nice. All right. I guess we can call it a day. It has been a fantastic weekend. I hope you've had a fantastic weekend. And I guess I will catch you guys next weekend. Same time, same place. Now, for me, because we're on the daylight savings. Well, it's not going to affect you guys in Kenya because you don't know what daylight savings is. But here in the UK, we have the daylight savings that happens on the 31st of March or something. Yeah, that's when that happened. So we set our clocks 1 hour ahead because of the days longer. And then we will stop daylight savings on the 31st of October or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah. Fun times, crazy times. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out the channel. Really do appreciate it. This was really awesome and engaging. I liked the points that you made. Actually, next weekend I'm gonna be talking about, what's the name of the song next weekend? Let me see. Let me double check. Let's get this out of the way. So we've got Kenyan Inside, Offensive Truth. So Saturday I'll be doing Offensive Truth, and then Sunday I'll be doing Moving On. So that's track 7 and 8 next weekend. So yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Thank you so much for checking out, guys, and Sabrina. I will catch you guys next weekend. Peace.